We love hip hop.
But I seen a topic that I really want to get to here. Salute to Mos Def, aka Yassin Bey. One of my favorite rappers, actually. He's one of my favorite rappers who has, I would say, a short catalog, even though he's continued to put out music after he changed his name from Mos Def. He did an interview recently on the Cutting Room Floor podcast, and the young lady who was doing the interview, she asked him some questions about hip hop and Drake, our guy. Okay? And he kind of danced around. Let me play what he said. All right.
Pop?
1 second. Let's bring it back.
Why are you doing this?
Let's rewind.
Like hip hop?
Why are you doing this to me? Drake is pop to me. In the sense, like, if I was in Target in Houston and I heard a Drake song, it feels like a lot of his music is compatible with shopping.
I'm going to start a poll.
Commercial music.
Or it's
Commercial music,
shopping with an edge in certain instances.
Fair. I like Drake's music, but I understand exactly what you're saying.
Of course, I mean, I
It's
get
commercial, entertaining, fun, good,
it's
formulaic music.
It's likable.
Likable music, yeah.
It's likable.
Peace loves.
But is it?
OVO lawyer fulfilling his daily quota.
I'm gonna leave you alone. We're gonna move on.
You know what? Let me try to see if I could find this from the full interview. Let's find the full interview. Because he says more. Let's go to the cutting room floor. Yassin Bey on Drake. 2 minutes and change. Let's play there.
Like, is Drake hip hop?
Big salute to Master Moves Rise. Hit them up on their Instagram page, master.moves.rise. This YouTube premium is brought to you by Master Moves Rise.
Why are you doing this to me?
I know.
Drake is
Because we're here
pop.
for truth. We're here for
Drake
truth.
Drake is pop to me.
Right, that's fair. In the sense that it's charting like pop music, popular music.
Long
In the
pauses,
sense, like,
bro.
if I was in Target in Houston and I heard a Drake song,
Just to
so
give you
it
guys some
feels
full
like
context.
a lot of his music is compatible with shopping.
Commercial music.
Or it's
Commercial music, yeah.
shopping with an edge in certain instances. Or
Fair. I like Drake's music, but I understand exactly what you're saying.
of course, I mean,
Yes.
I
It's
get it.
commercial, entertaining, fun, good,
It's
formulaic music. That is
it's likable.
likable music, yeah.
It's likable.
He continues.
But is it? I'm gonna leave you alone. We're gonna move.
Yo, what's so funny, fam?
We're gonna move on.
So many products. So
many SKUs.
So many SKUs. Look at all these SKUs. Oh, so many products.
So much merchandising. So
I
many
love this-
barcodes.
I love this mall.
Nigga got jokes.
Look at this place. I mean, look at this place. They have everything. Everything's here. They have everything here. Ah, this is great. This is a new Drake. You hear it? It's great. Okay. What happens when this thing collapses?
He continues.
This is the thing that we're talking about. It's like nobody wants to talk about. It's like what happens when the columns start buckling? Are we not in some early stage of that at this present hour? Are we seeing like the collapse of the empire?
We love hip hop.
Buying and selling. Where's the message that I can use?
Right.
What's in it for your audience apart from being like banging the pom-poms.
Salute the cutting room floor. So that's what Yassin Bey had to say about Drake. I know a lot of people took the clickbait and ran with that, and that's why we're here. You know what I'm saying? To watch the whole context, and you know, go check out the full interview on their YouTube channel right now. However, he wasn't just saying Drake is not hip hop, even though he did say that as well. He was saying more like he's friendly, he's safe, he's not taking chances. And in a world where things are getting really, really serious and we need bigger voices, and, you know, we're going to be dealing with a revolution. And he's been preaching about this revolution since 1999 when his first album, Black on Both Sides, dropped. Okay. I'm a MOS fan. All right. I even got the album that didn't have an album cover. He did that before Kanye. Okay. But at the same time, he's not wrong about Drake not pushing any messages through his music. Okay? Music is not here. And as far as Drake being hip hop or not, in my opinion, yes, Drake is hip hop. Is Drake deep hip hop like Kendrick Lamar? No. Okay? I don't think he knows this. He can see his own catalog. He can see that he doesn't have a whole bunch of songs that are talking about the revolution and the black struggle and all these different socioeconomic issues and different things that Kendrick talks about or J. Cole talks about in their music, and, you know, Vic Mensa and all these different people, right? He knows he's not that guy. There's different people who do different things, and he's rocks the party, gets the girls hype. He does his things. You know, he taps into people's emotions when it comes to being more personal. There's different purposes for different hip hop, but it doesn't necessarily take away from the hip hop aspect of it. All right. Now, as far as what Drake had to say, as far as his response, because obviously Drake's on his vacay, but that being a thing gives you a little bit more time to see the things that are going on the internet. You see it?
Hip hop is.
He pulled up a clip from the cow. Old Method Man clip. No grays on Method Man over here. Okay. And under it he says, "What Umi say again? Let me shine my light, king. Don't change up now." And the message from Method Man here.
It's a culture. It's a way of life. The way you dress, the way you talk, the way you walk. Break dancing, rhymes, stage show.
Right? So he responded in his own way. He didn't get super crazy with it. He stayed super respectful because at the same time, Drizzy's, you know, he's a student of the culture. He came from the Mos Defs and the Little Brothers and all those different guys, and even Kanye. And Kanye came from that crew of Mos Def and Talib Kweli and the whole raucous movement that came out back in the early 2000s. All right, this is while Drizzy was still running around, still trying to get on. Still, I would even say pre-Best I Ever Had, Mos Def was the guy, and he did. Like, the reason I feel that maybe Mos Def's comments were a little bit cheeky, I guess you can say, for the best way of saying it, is because there is a little salt in there. All right. Drake said something about him not too long ago when he dropped his book. Let me see. I'm trying to find the quote over here on Twitter. But when he had dropped his poetry book, he had said something about, this is for the women out there or something like that, and not the Mos Def blasey blah type listener or whatever. Like, he took a little stab at Mos Def is what I'm saying. Okay. I'm looking at it on Twitter on the back end because I don't want to pull this up and then have any nudity on the screen. 1 second. Let me see if I can okay, let me pull this up so y'all can see what I'm looking at. Poetry. Okay. Here we are. Found it. Okay. Champagne Poppy says, can you do an article now where the baddest Instagram girls in the world review my poetry book? Not the head of the Mos Def fan club. Thanks. Laughing emojis. Okay. This is back from June 28th. This is last year. Right? So Drake had jokes first. Just know, this is not out the blue where Mos Def is like, let me take a stab at this nigga. However, I feel that no matter how much, and Drake was respectful in his response just now, but this wasn't very respectful. This was more than a sub, fam. You said the nigga's name in your little comment. This is not even a tweet. This is not even a caption. This is a comment underneath somebody else's post. Damn, this nigga's the head of the petty club, the petty spaghetti king. You know what I'm saying? Heaping bowl of petty spaghetti this nigga just eats for breakfast. Okay? But the reason why I feel that Drake could talk so stout to mans like Mos Def, even though Mos Def is a respected member of the hip hop community, okay, his contributions will never, ever go unnoticed. However, once upon a time, Mos Def made a trip to Toronto, okay. And a lot of us were always looking at him as the guy to respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is Mos Def. He made black on both sides. Okay? This is Mos Def. All right? Those guys made him and Talib's group. I don't even remember the name of the group anymore. But Reflection Eternal. You know, they're down with Common. Right? Which is also one of Drake's ops. Don't get that twisted. All right? Drake got many ops. Even these guys who are supposed to be the poetry guys, slam poetry niggas. All right? I now need to know the name of freaking Mos and Talib's group. But yeah, even the peaceful niggas can get it too, is what I'm basically saying. All right? Mos Def, Talib. Black Star. How I forget Black Star? All right. Lord have mercy. All right. Peace Love says Champagne Petty. So Mos Def came down here for Echo Fest back in 2005. Great performance. They had it was like a 3-day festival. Busta Rhymes was performing. Kanye West was performing at the time. Who else was performing at that? There was a lot of different acts. And we were backstage, okay, because this was like during the time that the Empire crew, this was like heavy Empire time. So we were out there for a major battle. Big Suit to Scandalous. He lost the battle that night to JD Era. Was it JD Era who won that night? I think JD Era won that night. Yeah, Big Salute to JD Era. JD Era took home the money, okay? But because of that big battle, we had the laminates and all that stuff. We're backstage. I met Busta Rhymes. You know what I'm saying? I met all the types of niggas over there at that shit. Nas performed. It was crazy. Big festival. And Mos Def was in town for the festival because obviously Mos Def performed. I don't know if this is at a point that Drake would have performed. If it was, he would have performed earlier in the night. I think Ludacris was there. This was a big festival, gang. And Mos was in town. Okay? I met Mos backstage, actually. And, you know, I'm doing my thing. I'm chiefing. Doing me. Doing wild me. Chilling. Laminate shining. Nigga comes off the stage after killing the show. All right? Road to Success. No, I didn't have the dreads by then. This is 2005, so they were already cut off. You know what I'm saying? Friday Baldy dread. And I'm backstage, chiefing. The nigga comes off the stage, And he's like, yo, that smells great, man. Yo, can I get a pull of that? And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, that's most def. And I really, really like the nigga's music. Okay? And not to act like I'm too cool for school or anything like that. I really like the nigga's music. But I'm not a fan out nigga. I don't fan out. I'm not gonna be like, oh my God, it's most def. Here you go, bro. I took a few more draws on my thing because you say I was almost at the last end, you know what I'm saying? We're getting into Roachland. And I passed off the thing and I said, yo, keep that. But then I also looked at him sideways while I'm giving him the thing, like, yo, hold that, right? Because I'm saying to myself, you don't know me from a can of paint. It's not like just because I'm backstage doesn't mean everybody knows each other. I never met the nigga until that moment right there in real time. Boom. Okay, and Toronto mans know. Montreal man, niggas know. You don't just take spliff from anybody, fam. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm a real nigga, so you don't have to worry about my spliff. But you don't know where my mouth has been. Pause. So I found that kind of strange. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, that's kind of geeky, fam. Like, that's some. No offense, that's some white boy shit. Like, you're just taking random clips from people, bro. Like, wow. You know what I'm saying? However, what I didn't know is that allegedly, man was fried all weekend. He was popping the bows. Throw them bows. Throw them bows. Okay? I'm using some terms to get around these YouTube screets, you know what I'm saying? But let's just say his mind was in complete ecstasy. Let's just say that. Okay? He was throwing them bows. He was like a little candy goblin. This is what I was hearing. Allegedly. So maybe when, you know, he seen me, the serotonin's like just going crazy. Right? It's like, yo, man. Oh my God, man. Dude, can you get this with man? Oh my God, man. Feels so great. And during that time, fam, I've been to the mad clubs back in the days, okay? 1999, 2000 circa. I'm in all of the house music clubs. Handed them off. Packing up the money, you know what I'm saying? Getting my bread. But yo, them girls, they're, oh my God, I'm gonna touch your dreads. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Diamond Eyes, he's like, yes, fam. Why you ask me? You don't know me, fam. Why you asking me for a cliff, fam? Like, yo, walk on, fam. So, anywho, during that, you know, super turned up weekend, let's say, man got married. I don't know what was in, who's the guy who dropped off the package to them and what was in those, fam. But it had him on the move. He was grooving and shaking. Met a shorty. I'm not going to say anything about who the shorty is because I'm going to stay respectful, okay? But he met a shorty out here. And she wrapped his mind up. And then before you knew it, right to City Hall. The Toronto finesse. Toronto's the best. Oh shit. Had that nigga wrapped up over a weekend. Woo. Had him probably in the after hours. Right? What, you know what we should do next? You know what we should do next? Let's go to City Hall and get married. You know what? Yo, let's do it, yo. And that's what he did. All right. And then before we knew it, he was off of this. There was a few different things because a book did come out around that time. This is 2005. So a lot of these internet stuff that y'all are going to be looking for, just go look up, and I'm not going to do it here. Just go look up Mos Def Toronto marriage. All right, because there was a book written where his name was in this book. So back then, and Drizzy was around back then too. This is 2005. This is not the 90s. From one nigga seen that, we were like, waste youth. Okay? We were using that term back then. Waste man. Wow, that's how Umi says is moving? Damn. Waste youth. So I can understand now why Drake, no matter how much of a legend that Mos Def is, or aka Yassin Bey, can say, you know what? I could talk to him however I want. Waste youth. We remember you when you were back here in Toronto, moving like a simp. You know what I'm saying? Eyes all pupilled up, dilated, running. You want to get married? Sure. Right? Toronto mans don't rate you like that, fam. The niggas who knew, the niggas like me who have memory, who remember them times, okay? We don't rate you like that, fam. We looked at you different from them times. So if the boy turns around, what, 12 or 15 years later or whatever the time is now, and talks to you like a waste youth, is because he remembers. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. So when the nigga comes up in an interview, and rather than just say, you know what, he's hip hop, but like it's not the type of hip hop that like, you know, really moves the community and stuff like that. Like different guys I prefer, It goes, instead of that, it becomes, oh yeah, he target shit. So many aisles. What about the struggle? What about Toronto, nigga? Tell us about that. Because the thing is, these niggas is righteous until they get around a bag of freaking colorful candies and a chick. Now I know that's the past. Niggas might have changed. But niggas was talking that righteous shit back then when they was doing all that unrighteous shit. Come on, fam. You can't have it both ways, bro. I hear that thing, that bridging. How you giving me a righteous talk on Ebos, fam? You're crazy. This is what we need to do for the struggle, fam. Y'all not doing enough for the struggle. Give me another E. What? Nah, fam. Mans don't rate you like that, bro. Toronto niggas don't. Maybe these other niggas haven't seen that shit, but we know about this over here, fam. So we don't rate you like that, fam. Okay? But yeah, just to give you guys some context. Just if you didn't know. All right? I'm useful for something. Anywho.
We love hip hop.